We're smiling because the preseason is over. Smile, Elise. It's over. It's over.
Yes.
Welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. She is Elise Jesse. I'm James Rapien. We're at Paycor Stadium where the Bengals, they lost. And it doesn't matter because preseason wins and losses don't matter.
Not at all.
Which is why you should hit that subscribe button because the regular season's almost here. Ring the bell. And let's get into this game a little bit because there are takeaways. See, what happens during the game matters. The result itself does not matter. This defense, this backup defense now, 2 straight weeks going up against starters, and they fared pretty well. The fact that it was 7-7 at halftime, 7-7 at the end of the first quarter, a pick 6 for Jordan Battle. I mean, it's I like the direction of this defense. Put it that way.
I do as well, and you've got to think that Lou Anarumo likes the direction as well because the defense was under fire at the end of last season for just the way that they were not coming up with as many turnovers as they had in the past. It didn't look like they were, on key as much as they should have been, and Lou Anarumo and his defense were kind of hot at the end of the season, not in a good way. So now it's starting to look like they're starting to come together, kind of gel, and it looks like he's getting exactly what he needs out of these guys right now.
Yeah, I think for them to play that way with guys like DJ Turner, who I assume will back up Dax Hill. Dax Hill didn't play either, but DJ Turner didn't play. Joseph Osai didn't play. Obviously, Miles Murphy didn't play. These weren't just the backups, like the second string. There's a lot of third string guys, and yet they were still able to put that performance out there early on. Anthony Richardson, you saw the best and the worst. He started off really hot. Then you saw all of the inaccurate throws. But regardless of that, I was pleased with what the backup defense did. Let's get to the offense for a second. This offense has probably been the worst I've ever seen in a preseason. I mean, we can get to Germaine Burton, who's the one highlight.
Yeah.
Is there anything really good to say other than that offensively, at least big picture-wise?
I mean, Travion Williams averaged 6 yards per carry.
There we go. Look at Elise. All right, go off. Go off with the run game. Go ahead. Yeah,
I love the run game. You know how we're in the AFC North, James. Come on. It gets cold in December and January and February if you played it that long. Come on now. You've got to have a strong running game. I don't care what anybody says. They can be a passing team all they want. We're in the AFC North. You're playing in Pittsburgh.
I get it. And they were able to get Travion going a little bit. I thought it was good for him to get some run between the tackles because he probably won't get a lot of that. Zach Taylor talking about that after the game. Yeah. Logan Woodside, rough. I thought Matt Lee was good. Yeah. There you go, the center, who is a lock to make the team, I would say, at this point. And we'll get to more offensive line in just a second. Let's talk about Germaine Burton.
Yeah.
On the broadcast, apparently, they talked about how he fell asleep during a meeting. And was it in college? Was it not? I believe it was a special teams meeting if it was here. Just offer a little context because I'm sure a lot of people heard that at home. You know where he's not sleeping? In the offensive meetings because he was the one guy throughout the preseason that made plays. Led the team in, had the longest reception in each of the 3 games. Had a 21-yard touchdown tonight. Had another 21-yard catch. Had a 19-yard catch against the Bears. His lone catch, which was by far their longest passing play. And then we know what he did week 1 with 2 30-plus yard catches, including the touchdown. Like, say what you want about Germaine, and we'll see if he can figure it out. But from a football standpoint and a talent standpoint, he's clearly got it.
Here's the thing. If you can bring that type of production, I think that the coaches would likely work with him
sure.
to see if they can make sure that he's not going to be sleeping during a meeting. I don't know, give him snacks, give him a Gatorade, give him, I don't know what you get. I don't care what you give him. Just make sure that he stays awake during those meetings. I know Darren Simmons probably did not appreciate if he was sleeping in his special teams meeting. But yeah, you're right. I mean, on offense, he looks like he's on fire out there. He looks like he's been studying film. He looks like he knows the playbook. Just got to keep him awake.
Yeah. Hey, you know what probably happened? That happened, and they were like, we're going to put you back there at returner because returning is fun.
Yeah.
Who knows, by the way? I don't know if that's factual, but they talked about it on the broadcast. So clearly someone told the broadcast that he fell asleep in a meeting, and I'm pretty sure it would have been a special teams meeting. I will say that. So I'll defend Germaine there. I don't think Zach Taylor was talking and he was snoozing, or Dan Pitcher was talking and he was snoozing. He sure as hell wasn't snoozing with wide receiver coach Troy Walters. I'll tell you that, because Troy would have thrown a football at his head or something like that and said, catch it, Germaine. Other than that, quarterback play, didn't love it. Offensive line, the tackles, kind of overmatched against the starters for the Colts. And that's what you get. I'm trying to think of other stuff that stands out. Ryan Rico, mixed bag at punter. And we'll see. I think it comes down to Brad Robbins' health as far as who makes the team.
I absolutely agree. I think that, Zach Taylor said it in his postgame press conference that they want to see their depth. They want to see what their depth looks like. Mm-hmm. And obviously, every single coach in the NFL is thinking about health going into the regular season in 2 weeks. Everyone wants to have their main guys, their starters, available week 1 and as long as humanly possible throughout the regular season.
I'm thinking of other key takeaways from tonight. Jordan Battle, Germaine Burton. There aren't
how hard you're working.
There aren't a ton. Yeah, I mean that hamster's really running right now. I think the other thing that's notable, Joe Burrow walking to the locker room never speaks. Right? We take video. I take video of Joe every time he walks in the locker room. My goal is to get a video of him. It's stupid, but people like it, so I do it. And he said,
"It's your fault."
No, it's not your fault, but people are interested in Joe Burrow. So guess what? My job is to show you Joe Burrow. But he said, see you in a couple weeks. Said something today.
Okay.
Joe Burrow.
Opening up.
See you in a couple weeks. The Bengals play in a couple weeks, just over a couple of weeks. And so we're really excited about that. Any other takeaways from tonight? I'm clearly dumbfounded. You got anything?
I think that the fact that Joe Burrow said, see you in a couple weeks is actually significant. He finally finished a training camp. Mm-hmm. Finally, his first time in his career. He's got to be feeling good about that. He's got to feel way more prepared going into the regular season now. Mm-hmm. I would expect him to be in a great mood heading into this upcoming week of practice.
Yeah, and I think let's just tie Joe, so Burrow and Burton together. His skill set, Burton's skill set, is something that outside of Chase and Higgins, they don't have in that wide receiver room. I think that can play. I think that will fit at some point during the year. It might not be week 1. It might not be 9-81 to start the season against the Patriots. But at some point, I think Germaine Burton's going to make some plays for this team to help them win.
I think so, but I think obviously gaining the trust of Joe Burrow is pretty huge, and Joe Burrow is not someone who is going to be okay with anyone slacking off, anyone sleeping in meeting rooms if that happens. Like, he is the type of guy who expects excellence from everyone that he surrounds himself with, which is a reason why he likes Ja'Marr Chase so much, I think, because Ja'Marr Chase brings excellence to every single game that he plays in. So I think, and he obviously trusts Ja'Marr Chase, so I think that trust will be a big thing for Burton moving forward.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He's got to earn the trust of this entire coaching staff of Joe Burrow. We will see if he can do that. He certainly has the talent to do so. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. Our next video is going to be the 53-man roster projection. Will Elise's guy, Muma Jongmeta, make it?
He's got to.
Will he make it?
He's got to.
That was the other highlight. He led the team in tackles again tonight. I can't believe I forgot it. How did you forget about Muma?
No, I zeroed in on Muma Jongmeta. Like, where is this guy? I need to talk to him right now because he's had almost 30 tackles through 3 preseason games. I love this guy. I love how smart he is. I love his football IQ. I love the way he speaks. I love how he lifts all of his guys up around him. He's been really studying, and he takes every single pointer possible, any type of advice from Jermaine Pratt, from Logan Wilson. He is just such a sponge. And I think that the coaches are noticing that, and I think that they are liking what they're seeing from him, just like all of us are.
Do I have the sponge on my 53-man roster projection? Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and you will find out on our next video. For Elise, Jesse, I'm James Rapien. Thank you so much for watching. Where I didn't even say the score. 27-14, the Bengals lose to the Colts in the preseason finale here at Paycor Stadium.